So, apparently, according to a source or several sources, if you believe them or not, there is speculation that Chapter 7 is going to occur within a year. Um, Now, we can't totally confirm whether or not this is true, but one person on the My Little Pony G5 community Facebook page feels that, it's going to happen. Or basically, they've stated that it's going to happen. It's just going to be within another year. But the question is, if season 7 does occur, you know, what are we going to get from it? Seeing as though 2024 is going to be mainly focused on Tell Your Tale. Well, I think what we're going to get with Chapter 5, in my opinion, well, not Chapter 5, but Chapter 7, if it happens, what I think we're going to get, in my opinion, well, first of all, I think it's a vast improvement in the animation. Because we saw throughout these first 6 chapters that the animation was going from, okay to, oh, it's basically on the same, almost on the same level as the movie. And I think as we get into chapter 7, if it happens, I think we'll have basically identical, if not near, very, very near quality of that of the movie. But how will Tell Your Tale, affect going into chapter 7, since it's going to be the main focus? And I think Tell Your Tale, the reason a lot of emphasis is going to be put on it is to build up who the villainous Allura is, and what I consider to be her possible redemption, because she gives, like I said in the previous video, she gives off that vibe, as well as it's going to introduce us to her brother. And her brother will be set up as the villain for chapter 7. And if this goes what we think it's going to go, where it's 6 chapters, then we're going to get chapter 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We should get 12. We should get up to chapter 12 by that time. And like I said, I think Allura's brother, who we will not see until probably towards the end of Tell Your Tale 2024, or at least maybe in one of the 22 to 44 minute Tell Your Tale specials. Like I said, I think he's going to play an integral part, as the, if not a main part, not just integral, but a very main part in chapter 7. He will be basically the villain. He'll basically be the villain that goes across all medias of G5, which is, of course, Tell Your Tale and Make Your Mark. So yeah, that's what I expect to happen with chapter 7. That the reason they're holding off on it is so that they could use Tell Your Tale in its 5 to 10 minute shorts and spurts, as well as the various 22 to 44 minute specials, to not only build up, the main 6 characters that we have, along with Sparky, and also tell his tale, but and as well as introduce us to as well as implement, I should say, and introduce us to new characters. Maybe get more acquainted with established characters like Jazz. Maybe kind of turn Sprout around to where he's not so afraid or anything. He's not such a mama's boy anymore. Stuff like that. You know, we might get some development for Posey and stuff like that. But it's, to me, it's going to be utilized, like I said, to help build up the character of Allura and her pet rabbit or friend Twitch. And again, I think it's going to lead to her redemption. And to me, if there is a chapter 7 as being discussed, again, I think her redemption throughout Tell Your Tale is going to lead to the reveal of her brother at the end of one of the Tell Your Tale specials, that will lead into chapter 7, which will probably start with a 44-minute special as the first chapter, and then just like this previous season, will be divided into numerous other chapters. Like chapter 2 will be about 4-6, but will be about maybe 6 to 8 episodes. Chapter 3 might be 6 to 8 episodes, or maybe a special. Chapter 9 maybe mostly a special. Chapter 10 episodes. chapter 11 episodes, and then I can see chapter 12 being a special. So I think that's how it's going to probably work. That again, chapter 7 I think is going to be, a special. Chapter 8 I think is going to be, episodic with 6 to 8 episodes and stuff. Chapter 9 could also be episodic here and there with maybe a few episodes and a mini special, maybe a holiday special to tie into it. I could see the same with, chapter 9. If you, well, not chapter 9, I just said chapter 9. But I could see the same with chapter 10, but I could see that being, having a special too, mostly. And then chapter 11, I think is going to be episodic, most of that. And then chapter 12 will probably be like what we got with chapter 6 here, which is episodes and then a special that either concludes Make Your Mark NG5 or continues it. But yeah, I think, if chapter 7 is, if Make Your Mark is confirmed. I mean, even Starstrike, who said, hey, I'm not doing this anymore because, Make Your Mark let me down and I'm not going to review it anymore. Here's the thing about Starstrike and even Josh Scorcher. They might take a break, but inevitably they'll be back. They will be back. I mean, Josh wouldn't be including himself and his Firebrand OC in a lot of the TF2 analysis videos if he was already done. So he'll be back, and so will Starstrike. It's just that I think they just want to take a break and hope for the best, that things get better, with the show. But to me, I look at chapter 7 as being as the full introduction, because like I said, I think at the end of Tell Your Tale, at least up to that point, in the special of Tell Your Tale, which I think will conclude at least for that time being, and put the main focus on Make Your Mark. I think that's, and it could be 22 to 44 minutes. I think that's when we get introduced to Alora's brother. We get her redemption before or around that. Maybe even Trisha's redemption as well, but I'm not sure about that. And then we go from there into the next 6 chapters, which again, as I check my time here, and if you heard a clicking noise, which again, I feel is going to go special, 44-minute special for chapter 7, episodic chapter 8, chapter 9, I can see episodic and maybe a special, or a special and episodic, or just episodic, we'll see. Chapter 10, I could see being the same way, with special, with episodic and then a special. Chapter 11, I could definitely see being episodic. And then chapter 12, I see being like, what we saw with chapter 6, and that is a special. That's what I see. But again, like I said, I could be wrong about that. But but the way things are structured right now, going into Tell Your Tale, going possibly into the seventh chapter, I think it makes a lot of sense that not only will they keep to the same formula they kept with these previous 6 chapters, but I think going forward, they're gonna put, the animation's gonna have more emphasis put on it, and we're gonna have more development for the characters through Tell Your Tale leading up to it, in my opinion. But we'll see what they do. But yeah, if chapter 7 is possible, if it is confirmed, we're not totally sure yet. I see the structure, presentation-wise, being the same from episodes to specials. And I see the main villain being Alora's brother after her redemption. That's just my opinion. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.